Kaylee, what are we talking about now about it?
Next up, we have a question from Canden Morris. Hey, John and crew. I saw a story in Screen Rant pointing out the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, is the only certified fresh MCU movie of the year. While the reviews for Thor, Love and Thunder, and Doctor Strange 2 have been decent, I think we've all become accustomed to the review being sky high. Not so much this year. Should this be a cause of a concern for the MCU right now that an 86 is the best review score they have this year? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thank you so much for that, Canden. Yeah, we've got an 86, and I know we briefly mentioned this about, there have been some mixed reviews about this. You guys obviously had a few issues with Wakanda Forever, but 86 is our highest Rotten Tomato score right now. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, being certified fresh means that you have a score of 75 or above. Now, I'm no mathematician, but when I was in school, a 75 was still a C.
Yeah.
Now, a C, to me, isn't a great grade, but you're obviously passable, right? So I feel like there probably is a little bit of room for an issue here. We've got this lovely thing here. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is officially certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, making it the only MCU film of 2022 with the accolade. The sequel to Black Panther, one of Marvel Studios' most acclaimed movies, is the superhero franchise's last theatrical release of the year and brings MCU Phase 4 to a close. The 2-year period of post-Endgame Marvel storytelling has been a tumultuous one for the usual reliable franchise, sparking rumors, fan debates about whether the overall quality of its output has started to slip. Now, obviously, Phase 4 has been a massive topic here on the show. We've talked about it a lot. Sometimes it feels like we're getting more quantity over quality. I remember one day too, we had an argument in the chat about this of like, I want more stuff. I want quantity. I don't want quality. And I was like, what? In what world do you not want good things? Now I understand I'm a superhero fan.
In a world with more things.
I want more things, dang it. Right. Y'all know, and you all call me out on it, of being a Marvel shill. I love Marvel. I'm a make mine Marvel girl. It was my gateway drug to everything. Thank you, animated Spider-Man. I love you forever and like you for always. As long as you're living, my baby, you'll be.
She literally pulls up in a new car like every 2 months.
Weed was my gateway.
Show money, man.
I just keep going through electric vehicles.
She doesn't charge them. She just buys a new one.
I just buy new ones. You think I'm having them break down? No. Throwing them out. No.
Same one.
I'm so poor. But Marvel, though, as somebody who's a huge Marvel fan, I've been pretty disappointed in some of these things. I've had a lot more fun with certain properties than you, Rob. I know, like, I had a good time with She-Hulk. I love Shang-Chi. I think that movie is fantastic.
Loved Shang-Chi, and I really liked Eternals.
Yes, Eternals was much better than people give it credit for, I think. But we were both very disappointed in Doctor Strange. We did not like Love and Thunder. That one for me was probably the biggest disappointment. And sure, I had big expectations going in. I was quoting Gore the God Butcher's monologue of how he slays gods before going into the theater.
I mean, that was, to be honest, Love and Thunder was the only MCU movie I did not like. Actively didn't like it at all.
You were mad. It was great.
I was angry.
I liked them both. I don't care what they say.
I enjoyed it. I feel like.
Oh, what'd you like about it, Kaylee?
I thought it was funny, and I feel like they were making fun of what they were doing to an extent, and it was like, okay, we can all just laugh and have a good time. I went in thinking this is going to be a good time, funny. And that's what it served me, so that's why I was okay with it.
See, I love this point, though, too, because so many people I know who aren't diehard comic fans love Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
My parents think it's one of the best movies of the year.
I was laughing so much.
It made my dad be like, oh, we should talk about this comic. And was like, you want me to get real angry real fast?
Yeah, but I'm a diehard comic fan, too. I collect comics. I've got my slabs and my raw copies and all that, and I still loved it.
But are you, Jonathan, or are you some fake geek
No,
boy?
you know what? I'm fake. You know what? This whole show's over.
Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Athletic Greens. Now, I started taking Athletic Greens because I don't eat enough vegetables, and I was looking for a way to make up for that deficit in my diet of those vitamins and minerals that I really need in my system, and thank goodness I found Athletic Greens, and I literally take it every morning. You see, with one scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, all the things. And my wife got onto it, and now she absolutely loves it. You know, tons of people take some kind of multivitamin, and it's important to choose one with high-quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb, like athletic greens. So right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just 1 scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Campea. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Campea to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
And we're out. Thank you so much.
Jeez.
No, and again, this is why things are subjective and
Yeah.
everything, right? But I do think that, to our viewers' point, an 86 being the highest rating does give a little pause here, you know? So when you hear that number, I mean, does that make you think, hey, the MCU has something to be worried about? Or
No, look, I think that the phase 4 of the MCU had a lot that it had to do. And it had to establish many different new things. It had to reestablish characters that we've lost. It had to introduce new characters that nobody knew about. I mean, people go back and go, well, no one knew who Iron Man was. Yeah, but if you were a comic fan, it's not like Iron Man was unknown to people. Whereas Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, was big in the 70s. Now, while Shang-Chi still existed in comic form, you know, if you asked somebody about Shang-Chi now, not a lot of people knew that character. So to make that into a movie that became palatable, that became interesting, that it wasn't just a Kung Fu James Bond ripoff, and do something else with it, that was a tough thing to do, and I really liked what they did with it. But the MCU Phase 4, and then they had to deal with the pandemic. You know, Captain America, or Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I actually really liked.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I really liked it, and I loved Sam Wilson's journey toward accepting the shield. Now, I understand they had to do last-minute rewrites because it was about a pandemic or launching a disease, so life imitating art, they had to change things. But for the most part, I really did enjoy the serious spy nature of it all, and I thought that there was the way it was dealing with the post-blip world in the MCU was pretty interesting. And while it might not have been perfect, it was no Winter Soldier, it still was great. I like this dynamic. I really like the exploration into Bucky's character.
Yes.
So there have been some really good things in Phase 4, but there are also things that to me were inexplicable. Like I still don't understand where they were going with Moon Knight. And it's not because I mean, I get it that they were focusing on this idea of dissociative identity disorder, but that show didn't really deal with Moon Knight and a story and a character. Like
They abandoned a conclusion.
They
disassociated with their own show.
They disassociated. I mean, that was something that came so late in the Moon Knight mythos anyway.
Yes.
And again, the warring gods and again, the cosmology. You know, I thought in this, maybe the Talakans would say, you know, we went and checked out that
Why
celestial.
do they talk like that?
You guys, we checked out that celestial. It's in the ocean. You know,
Apparently they're packed.
not in our ocean, in the Pacific somewhere.
The
But-
Talakans are played by the ghost of Don Knotts.
yeah, I mean, it's just I that's what I was missing.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, all these things
Jimmy Stewart.
came. Like, I would love to have had a conversation with Namor and Ramonda talking about, what did you think of that celestial coming to Earth? Like, how'd that make you guys feel?
Yeah.
What is the Wakandan's government? What is your position on large extraterrestrials in the wake of your king being snapped by Thanos? Where do you now sit in terms of? There's none of it drives me crazy that no one is talking about these gigantic, earth-shattering events in the MCU.
I'm with you. There is a massive overlooking of the theological component of what is occurring in Phase 4 in particular, of this would shake everyone to the core.
The entire, all of
It'd
humanity.
only be us agnostics. I'm just referring to myself. It'd be like, this seems fine. I mean, I wasn't sure of anything, and this makes me feel at least okay in that.
And this is after half the population was snapped away by an alien titan and then brought back.
Yeah.
If you're a devout, say, Christian, How do you feel about that? How does being snapped away for 5 years by a mad titan, and then Arishem the judge shows up, and then you've got Egyptian gods fighting in Egypt, and then a celestial's coming out of the middle of the earth? How would that affect your belief system?
You want people to take that all in one day, as soon as they come back?
I want to acknowledge that. I want to acknowledge somehow, like life's just going on. Like no one is dealing with the great thing about the
Rob
MCU.
keeps asking them, and they're just like,
Yeah, don't say anything.
worry about
just don't talk about it.
But the thing is, we saw the ramifications of the Infinity Stones and everything that went on in Phase 1, 2, and 3, and it meant something. You get to the end of it, it led to this great climax, and I'm sure that we're going there with the quantum realm, and we're going to get more of that.
I want to just point out something in the chat, and I don't want to call you out, but I just read the comment of no one wants to see a philosophical movie. No one wants to be asked questions. No one wants to be asked questions about life and
Isn't that kind
have
of the whole
moments of
point?
depth. Because you can have that, and we've had that in superhero movies. And again, I'm not saying this to like bully anyone, but why would you not want a film to also deliver, fantastic action sequences, really stunning visuals, and ask you questions about your own humanity?
Wakanda Forever.
That's wild
There
to
are
me,
very
man.
successful Marvel movies that were philosophical.
I mean,
Yeah.
what did you think
But that's
Civil
the
War
movie.
was?
Exactly.
Civil War, the philosophy between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers. I don't believe in the Sokovia Accords. You're not going to get me to register. That's a philosophical, political
So was Winter
difference.
Soldier.
I mean,
Exactly.
this movie, literally at the heart of Wakanda Forever, there is a question about the difference between Wakanda's approach to the world and Talokan's approach to the world. And what are they going to do? The whole movie hinges on a philosophical difference.
I think
now,
that's
I'm not
what-
saying
yeah.
you're going to get a dissertation.
Yeah.
But you've got to understand, I mean, I think it's strange. Great storytelling has all of this built into it.
Exactly.
It has us keeping us coming back for more movies. It's like, I relate to that. Oh, it's helping me deal with what happened. Oh, this is giving me courage and bravery to go do that. Like, that's what keeps
Exactly.
us going back.
It's-
how
there-
it affects us on a nuclear level. you know?
Exactly. You're never being broadcast, hey, we're going to explore the trolley problem. But you're getting the trolley
Yes.
problem.
Right.
So, I mean, I just wanted to address that real quick.
That's
and go on a
interesting.
little diatribe.
Well, I
Sorry.
mean,
interesting.
to quote one of the great philosophers of our time, do or do not. There is no try.
Boom.
That's philosophy. Right
I
there.
have no idea what that means.
Are we talking about the trolley from Mr. Rogers?
No.
No,
Oh,
honey.
boy.
You're so pretty, though. It's okay. It's
So
okay.
pretty.
But all right, so everyone in the room, though, everyone in the room, are we worried about the next phase of Marvel? Do they need to regroup? Is Kevin Feige spread too thin? Are we feeling good?
86 is sounds fine to me. I mean, I love movies that are in the 55s and maybe even 45 sometimes. 86 is probably a masterpiece. Let's go.
It's an
By the way,
Oscar. Oh,
I
good.
have heard from someone that I trust that Quantum Mania is quite good.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. See, Rob, when you start with that, this is where your hype for this movie starts building. And
Yeah.
then when you get to the movie and it's not what you want.
Like, why didn't they ask those quantums why they were so manic?
Anyways, you know what? This shouldn't be anything anyone should worry about. I always think everyone should form their own opinion, unless it's like really low numbers. You know what I mean?
Look, the thing about this movie is I found it, like I said, I found it very engrossing. It's very compelling. It's definitely, I was fascinated by all of it, and I was entertained the entire time.
And none of what you or Taylor said is hinders my excitement to watch this
No,
movie.
it shouldn't.
So
Well,
your
actually,
complaints are fine with me.
I don't think
your complaints
even-
aren't that big.
I don't take an overwhelming negative view from Rob's breakdown.
Not at all.
You
At
left
all.
out me.
Well, you're a different
Taylor's,
story.
yeah.
You're probably not going to be here on Monday. But from Rob, I don't find that bad at all.
I think Taylor's expectations must have just been through the roof.
Yeah, someone let me spend $500 on Wakanda Forever merch, and then I
Who
went and saw
did
the movie.
that?
Who let me?
That's
Who
you,
allowed
right?
it?
Chris.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm constantly like, you should spend your money. I'm just your bad idea bear.
She's that person on the shoulder.
Well,
level.
I just saw an $800 Maverick helmet. I'm like, that'd be cool for the studio.
Add to cart.
Well, guys, the question is for you. The 86, the certified fresh, this being the highest rated film for the MCU's Phase 4, is that something that folks should be worried about? Or are they going to have smooth sailing and we need to calm the heck down? You let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.